run another YouTube channel, not this one, that publishes a brand new video every single day, and I barely touch it. AI does the research, AI builds the videos, and an agent uploads them, writes the descriptions, and schedules them out. There was exactly one thing in that whole system I couldn't automate: shorts. So when Google's NotebookLM shipped a feature at the end of June that turns your research into 60-second vertical shorts, I got genuinely excited. I thought, that's it, that's my missing piece. I ran it on my real branded channel. 5 videos the day it shipped, and 10 days later. 4 different prompt strategies, pushing it as hard as I could. So this is the honest verdict. And it's more complicated than amazing or trash. Quick, so you know what we are talking about. On June the 30th, Google launched short video overviews inside NotebookLM, and I tested it the same day. NotebookLM is Google's research tool. You feed it your sources, articles, PDFs, your own notes, and this new format turns those sources into roughly 60-second vertical videos. It writes and voices a script, adds captions, background music, and AI-generated illustrations. 1 image per bit, about 4 seconds each. Research in, a finished short out. On paper, exactly what I needed. Here's what you get, not from the press release, from using it. It runs on a Google module called Nano Banana 2 Lite. It's on the Google AI Pro and Ultra plans. Google says free tier access is coming. And importantly, there is no API, so you can't batch produce this. It's one at a time in the browser, and the controls are minimal. You pick the format, you pick which sources to use, and you get one box. What should the video focus on? That's it. No style presets, no length control. And, hold this thought, no way to edit or regenerate a single scene. That last one turns to matter a lot. And no length control isn't theoretical. I asked every single prompt for about 45 seconds. My 6 videos came back at 51 to 70. It doesn't listen, even if you put it in the prompt. So here's what happened when I actually tried to make something publishable. 4 prompt strategies, 6 generated videos. 5 on launch day, 1 more 10 days later. Round 1, the naive attempt. I gave it an abstract science topic, the brain science behind fear, and a basic prompt. It actually opened with a clever image, the amygdala as a little red alarm bell sitting on a bed. And then it locked onto one static diagram, alarm, control center, and arrow between them, and just kept slowly adding to that same diagram for most of a minute. A slideshow of one schematic. Here's why, and it's a first real lesson. The image model can't draw an abstract idea. A brain region, co-regulation, there is nothing concrete to illustrate, so it retreats into diagrams. Lesson 1. This format wants concrete visual topics, not abstract ones. Round 2. Concrete topic plus art direction. I switched to something visual, a kid's fear of monsters, and I wrote an actual art direction paragraph into the prompt. Style, colors, mood, avoid photorealism. And this is where it got interesting, because I ran the monsters topic twice with the same prompt and got 2 completely different videos. One take opened beautifully. 12 seconds of genuinely lovely storybook illustration. And then almost every frame after that came out as a washed-out, nearly blank pastel. The monster was a barely visible outline of a circle. The other take, beautiful, rich storybook illustration the whole way through. So the art direction works when the roll lands. What you get out of any single generation is a lottery. But look closer at the good take. Watch the kid. A blonde boy, then a completely different girl in a superhero cape, then a black hair boy. And the monster morphs too. Cute blue and furry in the opener, purple with fangs 2 scenes later. Lesson 2. There is no character consistency lock. Any recurring character, human or not, can change shot to shot. Round 3. Design around the morphing. You can't force consistency, so I stopped fighting it. I told it to anchor scenes on objects and 1 recurring non-human character, a bedroom, a closet, and 1 friendly monster. And only ever show a child from behind or in silhouette. The morphing basically gone, but it's overcorrected. My opening shot was an empty bedroom. No child, no monster, just 74% floating over furniture. And 1 bit, under the caption "Discipline Problem," showed a random disembodied hand petting a bat. And that's when the biggest discovery clicked. This thing captions each bit with the literal words being narrated and picks an image to match that phrase. So an abstract line gives you a weird literal image, and with no mandated character, it defaults to empty establishing shots. Lesson 3. You don't steer the visuals directly. You steer them by steering the script. Round 4. Script-driven, hero-led. So I wrote the prompt to spell out short, concrete, drawable narration lines. Name the monster, name the bedroom, ban abstract phrases, and I made one friendly monster a mandatory hero in almost every scene. So no shot could be empty. And this was clearly the best of the day. Right beats, monster in nearly every scene, no empty rooms, the monster spray and the kid checking the closet himself. Exactly as scripted, but best is doing some work here. I asked for a soft teal-friendly blob. I got a purple closet monster with red eyes. I asked for bold storybook colors. I got washed-out pastel. And in the last few scenes, watch, the brown-haired boy in blue pajamas quietly becomes a blonde kid in yellow pajamas. And remember, there is no way to regenerate a single scene. So my options were accept it, re-roll the entire video and hope, or take it into a real editor and fix it myself. That's where I stopped on day 1. And then, because Google iterates fast, I wanted to be fair. I came back 10 days later and ran the full recipe on a brand new topic, kids' fear of bugs, with one cute recurring spider as the hero. And credit where it's due. The recipe transferred. Spider is almost everything. Holding its design, no empty rooms. It even rendered my scripted ending exactly as written. The kid gives a thumbs up and the spider waves back. But the palette came out washed out again. Several bits fell back into diagram cards, an actual bar chart labeled fear, and the kid's outfit still shifts between scenes. 10 days later, same tool, same ceiling, good enough to draft with, not good enough to publish as is for a brand. So, honest verdict, and it's generally both things at once. What it's great at? It's fast and almost effortless, a finished vertical in a few minutes. It's grounded in your sources, so far less random hallucination than from scratch AI video tool. When the roll lands, the prompt visibly steers style, palette and mood. It's on the pro tier, not just the expensive ultra one. And it is a fantastic ideation tool. Turn research into a rough short to test a hook instantly. Where it falls down, and I'm saying this plainly because it's the whole point, no character consistency. That's the #1 quality killer for me. And the non-human hero trick only reduces it. No per-scene editing, so you can't fix one bad bit. It illustrates the words literally, so you have to script around it. It half ignores your spec, the palette, the length, even the hero design you asked for, differently on every roll. There is a NotebookLM watermark, and there is no API, so you need to find a way around to plug it into your system. One line, it's a brilliant drafting tool today. It's not yet a publish-ready button for branded content. Now, if you are going to use it, here's the playbook I landed on, so you skip my bad rounds. 1. Pick concrete visual topics. It struggles with abstract ideas. 2. Write an explicit art direction paragraph, style, colors, mood, what to avoid. 3. Don't rely on a recurring person. Anchor on objects and one recurring non-human hero. And know that even the hero can drift. 4. Write short, concrete, drawable narration lines. It draws the words, so ban abstract phrases. 5. Mandate a recurring hero, so no scene is an empty room. And 6. Treat every generation as a lottery ticket. Same prompt, different video. So reroll, cherry pick, and trim the weak opening in an editor if you need to. Follow those 6 and you'll get to good in 1 or 2 rolls instead of 6. So did it close the shorts gap in my system? Honestly, not yet. Not for publish-ready, hands-off branded video. What it did do is turn shorts from impossible in my pipeline into a fast first draft I still have to finish. That's a real progress. It's just not the finish line. And that pipeline, AI does my research, builds my videos, and an agent publishes them every day. I keep saying that like it's normal. It's not normal and it's not a concept. It's the actual system running a real channel of mine right now. In one of my next videos, I'm going to open the whole thing up, how the research gets done, how it becomes finished videos, the agent that does all the manual uploading and scheduling. I batch 50 videos at a time and my involvement is about 10 minutes. If you want to see exactly how that's built, subscribe so it lands in your feed. And if you tested NotebookLM Shorts too, tell me in the comments whether you cracked the character consistency problem, because I couldn't. I'll see you in the next one.